There we go.
Hi. Part of the reason why I'm asking this question is because I want to show my son who's here that you can stand up in front of a lot of people and have a microphone to your mouth and ask a question because you're curious and not get made fun of. He didn't want to ask a question himself, but this is not necessarily a popular position to have in Texas in particular, but I would just wanted to urge you to do what you can to make Texas a more welcoming place for people who are fleeing persecution, seeking asylum here in the United States. We're in the land of immigrants. Our Statue of Liberty says that you're tired, you're poor, you're held in masses, yearning to breathe free. And I just find it really repugnant that our taxpayer dollars are being spent on Operation Lone Star. Our taxpayer dollars are being spent to pay Stephen Miller's law firm to sue the Biden administration to prevent Biden's policies, which are attempting to restore our asylum system and to repair the harm to it that the Trump administration had previously done. And so I just urge you to do what you can again to make Texas a more welcoming place for refugees and asylum seekers. Thank you.
Thank you. Wow. Your son is going to be proud. We're all proud of what you just said. I agree with everything that you said. Texas used to be known for being the defining border state and the connection to the rest of the world. It's kind of like the Ellis Island of the Americas. I don't know how many hundreds of thousands first set foot in the United States in Segundo Barrio and had an apartment there before either moving to another part of El Paso or staying in Segundo Barrio or coming to Houston or here in Fort Bend or somewhere else. And we're so proud of that. And I tell people El Paso is one of the safest cities in the United States of America, not despite, but because of the fact that a quarter of those with whom I live were born somewhere else. And they chose us. They wanted to come here and they wanted to do better for themselves, but they also wanted to do better for all of us. And they have made us more successful. They have made us stronger and they have made us safer. So this ridiculous stuff that Abbott is doing at the border, the busing migrants to Washington, D.C., the activation of 10,000 members of the Guard involuntarily taken away from their families, their communities, their kids, their careers to sit in Humvees and really deal with some really challenging things. 4 of them have taken their lives just since this activation started so far. Not listening to border communities about what they need, or those groups that actually work with immigrants and especially asylum seekers like Annunciation House in El Paso, Texas, which literally helps the most vulnerable who are fleeing thousands of miles from persecution and brutality. And then ending Title 42 makes sense, right? Title 42 summarily rejects every single asylum seeker just on their face right around. They go back into Mexico, where they may then become part of this migrant protection protocol, this Orwellian name system that keeps them in shelters or slums, waiting to lawfully and orderly have their asylum request heard, which we should by the rule of law. So Texas, if we can get past this craziness and these stunts, can get back to leading on an issue that we know better than anyone else. And wouldn't you love it if you had a governor who could bring the people of the state together and go to Washington and help us to rewrite our immigration laws in our own image based on our values and our needs and those priorities that we hold dear as Texans. So thank you for the question.